Hi friends, it's Yewande, aka The Resolute Rose, here for another episode of Saturday Selah. For those of you who are new here, I am an artist and a storyteller, and I'm just really big on self-care and community care. And so I decided to start Saturday Selah as kind of a visual journal of sorts where I talk about life and art and how life imitates art and vice versa. I share some of my life lessons and things like that. Also, I always feel like Saturday is kind of although the weekend always flies by, Saturday always feels kind of like that breath of fresh air, especially Saturday mornings after the work week or, whatever you have going on. There's always something special about a Saturday or a Sunday morning. And so I like to take this time to just pause and see how I'm feeling and go from there. And so some of you know that for the month of July, I was actually an artist in residence at a local organization in DC called Capitol Hill Arts Workshop. The piece behind me, let's see if I can zoom out for a second, is one of the pieces that I created, and I'll share more information on it a bit later. But I just wanted to kind of pop in today, and this will be quick. I like to keep these around no more than 5 minutes. Well, at least moving forward, it's going to be no more than 5 minutes. But I wanted to kind of reflect on some of the things that I felt and that I learned while I was at my artist residency at CHAW. It's Capitol Hill Arts Workshop, but CHAW for short, during the month of July. And so one of the things that I realized, especially at the closing reception, I was talking to the executive director, and she was speaking to me about just how almost not jarring, because I feel like that has a negative connotation, but just how important it was to see these huge portraits of these Black girls who were, clearly very confident in themselves, very sure of themselves, very, very comfortable with taking up space. And I started to think about why I decided to paint these little girls in this space, and even in this time. Like, why did I decide to use my residency to do that, and what did it mean? Because on the surface, I knew what it meant, but I had to kind of do my own digging of sorts within myself to figure out, like, what was I getting at. And I started to think about what she was saying about how they just unapologetically took up space. And I think that with art imitating life, I think these little girls, although they're absolutely beautiful, they're also aspirational for me. The last time that I can honestly say that I felt most at home with myself and just, like I could unapologetically take up space was when I was younger. Maybe not 2 or 3, but definitely before the age of like 12 or 13. Things got a little weird in middle school. And so I just wanted to, so yeah, I was just thinking, like, okay, so that's kind of where this came from. And then I still, going a little deeper, I started to wonder, like, okay, but why these girls? And so I thought back to a conversation that I had with a therapist. And I remember showing up and being like, hey, so how's this go? And she said something that was so simple to me, but so important that honestly, I don't think I will ever forget. She said to me, this is your time. This is your space to fill, to show up and fill. And so I think that I took that as the most beautiful challenge to carry with me as I work through, all of the mess that got me away from being my full self, and got me into the people pleasing and things like that, all the things that we try to work through, the imposter syndrome, all of that. I think that reminding myself on a daily basis that this is my space to show up and fill with myself, with my joy, with my smiles, with just all of my meanness. That was very impactful. So I wanted to share that with you all as you move through the rest of your day, the rest of your week, the rest of your month. And we all know that August, the number 8, that's new beginning. So especially if you're starting anything new this month, any new endeavor, know that it's up to you to show up, take up space unapologetically, and enjoy yourself. Um, but yeah, that's all I've got. Happy Saturday. I'm a little over the 5-minute mark, so I am done. Enjoy a cup of tea on me.